What is up, everybody? So in the last episode, we built this machine right here. Such an ugly machine on the inside. It's an office PC. Not meant to be pretty. But hey, it did do pretty well for what it is. It was running exceptionally cool. So, what are we doing today? Well, we are building the exact opposite PC. Now, I kind of got this started with the EK fans, the 500, the Corsair IQ 5000T, because it has the RGB panels. So we got EK fans, these EK 120s, these EK 120s up here. We got an EK red right here, EK reservoir right there. Also don't think I can shove any more fans. The idea of this build is to quite literally unicorn barf this. So, the motherboard we are going to be going with is an LGA 2000 motherboard. And it is going to be by the manufacturer Gigabyte. It needs to have Crossfire and SLI. And it will be this one right here. I know it won't be the other one because it doesn't have the SLI. And I want SLI. It's basically the same thing, except the board's slower. A lot slower as far as RAM speed goes. Actually, it's not that much slower, but it is kind of slower. It'll be noticeable. Not that noticeable, but we need RGB M.2. Not that these will be seen. We will go with 3 of these Patriot Vipers, which is, I think, is what the board maxes out with. Anyways, I'm trying to build the most lit up PC you will ever see. So, anyways, gotta get our thermal. Wait, hold on. We forgot our processor. Nice, good old Intel i9 10900K, which is the fastest Intel processor in the game. Well, yes and no. You can boost the Axie, the Extreme Edition one further, but this is the fastest one stock. Also the fastest one for the 1200, the LGA 1200 socket. Anyways, we got our thermal paste on. Now for our thermal block. We are going to be using this thermal block, obviously, because it came with the board. Next up, our RAM. We will use 4 Corsairs, 16 gig, 4800 megahertz RAM, Dominators. These will be Corsair. Frequency will be maxed out. Size will be maxed out for the frequency that this machine will be running these at. This thing will run like a champ. Alright. Now for the... So we got the that. Got drives, motherboards all put together pretty much. Ah, we need our power supply as well. Power supply. And I do know who makes the RGB ones. That'll be these guys, Thermaltake. Thermaltake has a RGB power supply. Everything is RGB in this machine. Next up, not the best 3090s, but they are still 3090s. We will get two water-cooled Zotac 3090s in SLI. I have not used these in a long time, to be honest with you. It has been a ridiculously long time since I've used these graphics cards. In fact, I think my first PC build in this game used these two graphics cards. I've never really used them, except for like once. Kind of self-explanatory. Zotac is mid. They're okay. They're okay. They're not great. I don't know what the RGB is going to be yet. We are going to go with a nice old black sleeve cabling. We'll go with braided. Why not? Get our cables in here. Oh no. This power supply can't hold this much. Alright, so much for trying to have an RGB. We will get us a coarse air power supply. Let's see, that's 1,000. We want the 1,600 watt. I don't particularly care about the power supply not being RGB anyways. You can't really see it. Except for in some machines, you do. This is a lot to hook up. It's a lot of fans. Plug in our reservoir real quick. Plug in our motherboard. Plug in the radiator. Plug in the motherboard. I don't know why, it's just being weird. I don't care as long as the fans get connected. Now to get our piping on. To complete the RGB, we will be using our Raging Tech RGB, because they're the only RGB fitting in the game, and they are some pretty cool fittings. So we will come out there, go straight across. We'll go into the radiator up here, and one right here. Alright, now all you gotta do is fill up the loop. Coolant. We are gonna go with clear coolant because we just want to see the RGB. We don't want to see really anything else. Next up, we got to finish up the case as that is filling up. Put our front panel. Is this the one for the power supply? Yeah, it is. Actually, hold on. Okay, yeah, this is a dust filter. I was thinking this didn't let anything flow through. Top panel. It's kind of like, why would Corsair do that? Not the case. I do like this case. Not gonna lie. I would probably actually build in this case in real life. Whole thing's filled up. Just gotta install the OS. Plug in our power and peripherals. So unlike the Office PC that we built, I think this has more ports. Yeah, there is a lot more ports on the back. As you can see, there is a lot more USBs. USBs here, a HDMI there, like all kinds of stuff. You take a look at this one, that only has a handful of stuff, like only the necessities can be plugged into it. So, go ahead and get us booted. We will add our programs, our 3D Mark. We will turn on the XMP profile. Oh, that's what I forgot. Gotta wait for this thing to turn on. Okay. I need to download one more thing. Because obviously this machine will blow up if I don't. The RGB app. So I can set everything to look like unicorn barf. All the way in 2018. What if I just... Here we are. Today is 24th. I guess, okay, I've never realized that. I wanted to see something. I always wondered if that was correct, and it is. Alright. So this machine should stay nice and cool. We will slow down, everybody. Get a nice fluid color across everything. Nice old unicorn barf machine. The all RGB. Look how much RGB is in this machine. The case has RGB. The board is covered in it. Graphics cards has it. Fans have it. Everything about this machine is RGB. Gotta turn on our system info, check out some stats. 53 degrees. That is idling right about where was running at, well, actually running So, I just checked on something, and this is actually what this is going to be running at. This is idling at what this machine was running at its max potential, running 3D Mark. Not max potential overclocked, max potential regular. This thing is hot. The fact that it's doing this at idle, can't imagine what it's going to do when we put thing on it. So everything is RGB, got a nice old collection there. Let's see what this thing does. I cannot imagine that this thing is gonna run. Ooh, 83 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees already. Barely even started. Barely even started, we're already running 90 degrees. Of course, the other machine's only running a 10907K. Only 2 more cores, so it's ridiculous. Running 90 degrees. Even the GPUs, look, even the GPU is deciding to run this hot. That machine over there, nice old 3070, and it was still running nowhere near this temperature. I wonder if I replaced the i7 in that machine, if it will run like this, because liquid cooling, this is liquid cooled. The other machine has a beast of an air cooler. Runs 2700 337 on the benchmark, comparing to an i7 10700K, and a 3070 is 1200 257. Pretty good. Pretty good. Runs better than this machine, I believe, which has a thread dripper and a crap ton of RAM and two 3090s. 23090 Founder Editions. If you want to take a look at that, I think I can open it, but this is also a very full machine. It does look better than that machine. The inside of that machine is very ugly. The inside of that machine is very ugly.
If I open up this one's actually a very, very, very extremely packed machine, packed full of radiators, RAM, basically filled to the max with everything that I could put in it. This machine is very full. The only thing that's water cooled is this thread dripper. There's these fat 3090s in them. So, yeah, this machine, very full. You ain't adding more to this. I think this is also a full tower too. It's only a mid tower, I think. This one's a pretty good size. This one is pretty full. I think you could get more stuff in it. But, yeah, that's the all RGB machine. Anyways, I'm going to leave that here. Thank you for watching. Andrew TG, I'm out. Bye.